This is Dr. Mike. He's cute, isn't he? Yeah, most people like him when they first see him. He has a bubbly personality, and he laughs a lot when he performs to his almost 10 million followers here on YouTube. But what you may not know is that he is also an animal abuser. He pays people in the meat, dairy, and egg industries to hurt animals when it is completely unnecessary to do so. Dr. Mike knows that the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has clearly stated that anyone can be vegan at any stage of development, and yet, rather than promote the healthy message that his patients should be eating more vegan foods, such as veggies, fruits, nuts, legumes, and seeds, he is now doing commercials and getting paid by a meat company. Meat consumption has been connected with all kinds of diseases, such as cancers, strokes, heart attacks, erectile dysfunction, and many more. But this doesn't seem to stop this doctor from now making money selling the tortured and mutilated bodies of innocent fish, chickens, cows, and pigs after they were murdered for never having done a single thing wrong to him ever. What kind of doctor encourages his patients to hurt others? All of these animals had just as much a right to live as his own patients did. Dr. Mike keeps repeating the same lies of the meat industry. They often claim that their products are organic or free range to try to make it seem like the animals are not abused. But make no mistake about it, there is physical and emotional abuse in all the products he tries to get you to buy. Let's look at this chart here for a moment. The cow on the right is supposedly humanely treated, but you can see that, nevertheless, she is still artificially inseminated or forced bred. This means that she was sexually assaulted, raped, forced to carry a baby against her will, after a man shoved his fist up her backside and inserted sperm into her. When the females have babies, their babies are taken away from them. When the babies are boys, they are castrated. That means that they have their testicles removed without any anesthetic. They are branded. That means that they are burned with a number in them. And they are also tagged. They live to about 1 to 3 years of age because they are murdered. But usually, they could live to 20 or 25 years if people like Dr. Mike and his 10 million followers wouldn't pay people to hurt these animals, to end their lives, for no reason other than taste pleasure. They are killed with a bolt gun to their head and then hung upside down where their throats are slit. They bleed to death. But before this moment, they were also terrified. Terrified because they knew something bad was happening. And they were betrayed by people whose job it was to take care of them. Dr. Mike has the power to stop this violence. He could eat anything else in the store. There is no excuse for animal abuse. Dr. Mike, like Vladimir Putin, has Russian heritage. It turns out they have a lot in common. They're quite happy to take the lives of others just for their amusement. While Putin pays his army to recklessly attack the innocent victims of Ukraine, Dr. Mike pays companies to attack the innocent animals living lives of hell on factory farms. The words free range are meaningless. When it comes to chickens, it means that rather than having 3 or 4 per tiny cage, they've taken down the walls, but still they are crammed so closely together that they cannot have normal or happy lives. It would be like you being shoved into an elevator with 16 other people for the rest of your life, and somebody saying, well, at least you're not in a cage by yourself. At least you have 15 other people to be in there with. When you buy the meat that Dr. Mike is recommending, it might not come from this exact spot that I'm showing you here, but in the end, it's all the same. Animals belong with us on the planet, but they're not here for us. Here's a drawing that might interest you. There's a chicken on the left from a factory farm and a chicken on the right from a free-range farm. And what's written here says, "Today I saw what happens to free-range chickens compared to the factory-farmed ones, and both times I don't think they wanted it to be happening." No matter how much you try to swindle your audience into thinking that the products that you are selling are okay, the fact of the matter remains, they suffer greatly and they die needlessly. You and your audience all have access to stores where you can buy tofu, lentils, chickpeas, all kinds of other healthy vegan proteins, but you deliberately choose not to. That makes you an animal abuser. Why does Dr. Mike never talk about what the animals are going through? Why does he never talk about the kidnapping that happens in the industry and the sadness that the animals feel when they are torn from their families? Why does he never talk about the endless cycles of misery? Like Dr. Mike, I also used to work in a hospital. For 25 years, I worked as a registered nurse in all different kinds of departments. What horrified me, even as a young nurse, was the fact that many doctors still smoked cigarettes. And sometimes they would even tell their patients to smoke cigarettes as a way to relax. Now, this would be unheard of. And I invite you to think of what the future will look like, with doctors who prescribed death to their patients. I have a feeling we will look back upon people like Dr. Mike with disdain. Here's an athlete named Nimai Delgado. He's never eaten an animal in his entire life, and he's been vegan for many, many years. He's a bodybuilder. Why does Dr. Mike not draw attention to these kinds of people and to the horrors that the animals are living through, rather than trying to just sell their dead bodies out of greed? Ask yourself that question, and ask yourself what you want your legacy to be. Do you want your doctor to treat your body like a morgue, like a cemetery? Or do you want your doctor to treat your body like a garden? Dr. Mike, it's time to be vegan now. It's best for your patients, it's best for the environment, and it's best for the animals. When you become vegan, everyone wins and nobody loses. We say we love animals, yet we hurt them in every way imaginable. We shoot them, we beat them, we skin them, we wear them, we dominate them, we mutilate them, we cut off their skin, we betray them, we choke them, we force feed them, we burn them, we bite and swallow them, we fire guns at them, though they've committed no crimes. We cut off their heads, we kidnap them and trample on their rights. We destroy rainforests to feed them, just so we can eat them. We experiment on them, we spray poisons on them, we radiate them. And all of this karma comes back to us, until we declare, I'll be vegan from now on. If you find value in my work, subscribe and press the notification bell and help me get the animals out of hell. Thank you.